Hello, it's so good to have all of you with us tonight, whether you're in person or joining us on the internet. Sometimes it seems like that we want to experience God in a certain way. Last night I got a text from one of the men in our church that said that his son had told him that tomorrow night at church he was planning on building a burning bush with my sons, just to see if God would talk to them like Moses. And they thought if they built a burning bush, which I guess would set one of the bushes here at the church on fire, that maybe God would talk to them like God talked to Moses. And I got to thinking about that, and last week in our devotional time we talked about our expectations. And what we expect, and tonight, as I was looking at tonight, God kind of brought this idea into my mind, going off of what we discussed last week with Jonah. And if you have your Bibles, was disappointed because his expectation was not the same as God's expectation. And no sign will be given to it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. Whereas Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of a great fish, so will the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh will rise up in judgment with the generation of Nineveh, because they repented of preaching of Jonah, and he that greater than Jonah's here, the queen of the south will rise up in judgment this generation and condemn it, for she came from the ends of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and he, the greater than Solomon, is here. There are so many things here in this text that we could focus on and zoom in and talk about, that we could be here all night. We could talk about the heart and the motive of the Pharisees and scribes as they came to Jesus. We could talk about Jonah and the son of Jonah. And let us ponder for just a moment. Jonah went into an evil city, a city a million strong, and delivered a simple message. Not out of compassion, not with love, but out of obligation. And it was a message of destruction and ruin. Jesus draws some similarity between the son and Jonah. He says that Jonah was 3 days in the belly of a great fish, 3 nights, and then was spit out. And he said, likewise, the Son of Man will be 3 days in the earth, 3 nights, and then resurrected. But it is interesting that while Jonah was in the belly of the whale due to his own sin, the Son of Man will be in earth because of our sin, mine and yours. And these Pharisees and scribes, they come asking for a sign, and Jesus calls them an adulterous generation. An adulterous generation. And they will receive no sign. You see, Jesus had been doing miracles. He had been working miracles And yet, these that came wanted a son. And Jesus said, there might be no son, except the son of Jonah. He also mentioned the queen of the south, who came not based on anything solid, but on a report of Solomon's knowledge. And she made a great trek, which no doubt would have taken her great time. And she traveled a great distance. The Bible says she came from the ends of the earth to hear wisdom because of a report. A lawyer today would call it because of hearsay. And not only did she risk her safety traveling that great distance, not knowing the reception she would get when she got to Solomon, she also risked ruin in her own country by leaving it as she went on this expedition. And yet she undertook it and she went to hear refuge. And yet these Pharisees and scribes, this adulterous generation, came to Christ, who was wisdom. Wisdom incarnate. Better than Solomon. And we can talk about these individual facets of this story. But as we say here today, I think the description of an adulterous generation is something we can relate to. And the simple faith that Jonah's son expressed, if we build a burning bush, God speaks to us. That simple faith, that faith that the Ninevites had when they heard Moses or Jonah preach, the faith that the queen of the south had when she traveled a great distance, a great peril, to hear wisdom. That simple faith. Maybe at some point you have accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior. You know the freedom that comes with that. You've experienced the freedom after you was 3 days and 3 nights in the grave. Not for his sin, but for your sin. And now, as you are living in this adulterous generation, what signs will God give us? Or is it up to us in faith? Continue to be what God calls us to be. And you see, when we think about Nineveh, Jonah didn't get the many instructions. He didn't have an invitation. He didn't have an altar. He didn't lead them through a prayer. It was a very straightforward message, and yet 40 days and then would be destroyed. And the people were amazed. The queen of the south left her home and went to a new land to seek wisdom. Faith, you have to lead for your voice comes behind. Faith, now like Abraham, moved to a new land. Faith will cause us to move closer to God. There has to be that simple faith. And it really, that line about the people of Nineveh will have some judgment against this nation. It makes me wonder if who will rise up in judgment against our nation. Are we following the sign and are we paying attention to what's important for God's will in this truth? Thank you all for joining with us tonight. God bless. You all join with me in the word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, be with us, Lord. Allow us to have that faith to take the way to it. Christ Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.